AZ Bill 3433 here once again. I want to do a short video on my collection of alcohol type stoves. Now there's all different types of alcohol stoves, all the way from the very simple ones like the pop can, beer can stoves, to the stoves that are made out of the stadium bottles, the Bud Light stadium bottles. They're the heavier duty aluminum bottles. And then you have like the Wick Stoves and kind of everything in between. And also, if you look all the way in the back here, I've got my own collection of Trangia Stoves. I had 3 of them back here. And these are probably, if you really look at alcohol stoves, these are probably one of the most more dependable type stoves. They really do a very good job. I like these, and I like how they work. I actually took this one here and took the simmer ring and put a handle on it, so it's a little easier to make any adjustments on the simmer ring. That works very good. There's a little piece of silicone tubing on there for a handle. The pop can, beer can stoves, I've made probably close to 100 and maybe even more than that, but I've actually just kept the ones that I felt were performed the best that I've made over the years. The open can or open top ones here, every one of these I think have a little different jetting to them. For instance, this one has jetting on the top, and I probably have, made several of these are jetted to the top, but just a little different configuration. This one here is a typical side burner type, jetting on there. And again, these all work very good. I only kept the best ones that I thought performed the best, did the best job. The ones that are the open top, or not the open top, but the penny stove type with the center fuel hole, these are all jetted a little bit differently. This one has the jetting, just inside the rim. And then we've got, let's see, this one here is jetted just a little bit differently again. It's jetted, on the edges of the top there. And I don't know, let's see what this one here looks like. Let's take this one. And again, that's just jetted a little bit different on the top. I mean, I don't think I kept any of them that were actually 2 of them the same. This one's jetted like as a side burner. And again, these all work very, very nicely. And I haven't used them for quite a long time, but if you're getting into making alcohol stoves, these are probably some of the ones you should actually try first and get a hang of how to make these stoves. Let's go all the way over here to the left. We've got the these are the stadium Bud Light stadium heavy duty bottles, aluminum bottles, and I've made, oh wow, I don't know, I've given several of these away to family members and stuff like this over time, but this is one in which you take both a portion of the bottom and portion of the top, put the top inside the lower portion and then crimp over the edge, and then you jet it, along the edges usually here. I usually mark on the bottom here. This is the number 33 I've made. And this one here actually has 16 jets. So I'll mark on the bottom the number in sequence that I was making these, and then however I jetted them, whether it was 16, 12, 20, and 24. This is a 24. It was number 6 that I did. So I usually mark those accordingly so I know just when I made them, what sequence I made them, and then also what the jetting is on them. And I do the same thing with the ones that are totally inverted, where you have a tool in which you actually can invert the top over, and it goes all the way down inside the bottom. And again, I mark on these also on the bottom. These are a little bit more, I do a little bit more. This is number 4, and it was jetted with, I believe, 20. And I've got, I think the same thing, I get these in all different jet numbers of jet configuration. This one here is number 11, and it was actually made from a 3.5-inch blank. I do them in 4-inch blanks now also, as far as the height before you roll them in. And this one is actually 24 jetted also. So I've made a lot of these, and they're really fun to make. I really enjoy making these. Let's see, over here, Where did I put those? I think, oh, here they are. These are similar to the Elites that Tinny makes, and also I think Smoke Eater 908. He makes it as, if you look at his video, it's called a one-can stove. You know, these little bitty cans, these are lighter than nothing. I mean, these are just super, super light, and these are super, super hot. I mean, they run really hot, and they're really fast. You know, you can boil water with these very, very quickly. Okay, we go over to the center here where the Wick Stoves are. And these are, the only one I think I've actually bought on the outside is Tinny's M2. That's the only one. I just kind of wanted that to kind of get a comparison for how well my stoves work as comparison to his. And, you know, his is great. I mean, it's a really good, nice stove and everything else. And I've really only used it a couple times here. You know, I probably should try it a little bit more, but I just haven't got around to doing a lot of burning wood. I think I've done it maybe 3 or 4 times, and that's about it. Now, my stoves, I've made this one here just recently. I think I've done a couple of videos that I've shown this one in, just most recently my dry baking with the tent stakes for the pot stand. Let's see, we've got this one here is, I think this is Digitizer 101. This is the Monster can stoves that he made, that I kind of copied from him. I think this is the small top. There's 3 different tops. I only have 2, but there's 3 different tops that he uses. This is really nice. I really like this stove. I mean, this is fun to make. Get a chance to try to make one like that. These are a lot of fun. Also, let's see. This one here is another most recent one. This is, I call it drip top, which if you have any overflow on the on your carbon felt, it'll actually go into this drip top, and it won't actually won't drip onto your silicone tubing for your alcohol feed. And then just a bunch of other little ones that I've made here just to try out. These all kind of work. These kind of work kind of really work well on dry baking because of the small area that you have for the carbon felt. They work really kind of nice. Whoopsie daisy. And let's see. Let's pick that one up and take a look at that one. Yeah, that's another one I made. I think this was one of the first ones I ever made. I haven't run this one for a while, but I think they all work, decently well. I mean, there's no problem with that. And one that I've gotten here that I think I did a video on this one here. This is the one that I made out of a water bottom, and actually put on the tubing, the aluminum tubing. And what it does, it fits down inside the West Wind pot stand. Whoops, everything's falling over on me now. Whoops, come on, everybody stand up now. These are the, anyway, the pot stand for the West Wind. That works really, really nice. I really like that. If you're going to use something like a West Wind, to adapt it from the Trangia, which is normally what goes in here, the Trangia, and make a felt type alcohol stove. That's a lot of fun. In fact, I have another one in process now. I just haven't got around to it. In the back here, we have our feed bottles, our alcohol bottles that we have. This is one similar to what Tinny has, which is this one over here. His nipple cap. This is a nipple cap that I made myself. Very simple to make. I mean, anybody can make something like that. And then we have his remote feed. That's his remote feed, and that works very nicely too. I really like that. This one here is the one I've probably done several videos on here recently. This is my pump action. This is one I've been using here pretty recently as far as dry baking and stuff, and that works really good. Now, I just bought a bunch of bottles from Amazon. These are the plastic bottles. The only one that I bought was the one from Tinny. I bought these here recently. They're for 98 cents on Amazon, and I'm going to use them myself for making more remote type feeds. I think the one that I did, I don't think I showed this one here, and this is actually a Foster's can that I made into a, like a penny stove, a big penny stove. This one only had 8 jets in it. I'm going to actually put 16 more jets in it because when I fired this up a couple weeks ago and tried to boil water, and it take 18 minutes to boil water, it was way too long. So I'm going to actually put 16 more holes in it, and probably I'll do a burn test just for the fun of it, just to show you what it looks like when this burns. But this is This is more for like somebody who's maybe a you know, car camper or camping, and if you want to heat up a whole lot of water, maybe to do pasta or something like that when you're camping, this might be something really good. I'll put the holes in, and I'll do a video on that here, probably maybe just right after Christmas time here. So anyway, that's my I believe that's everything I can show you right now as far as the stoves that I have, and these are really fun to make. I enjoy making these. Boy, I got a tassel of these bottles here. When I drink beer, this is normally what I drink now, only because I want the bottle. So I've got probably maybe 50 or 60 bottles right now that I can use to play around with. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.